Today's pretty exciting in that we're going to have a group discussion today, and I'm going to allow Anna Feldman to set the stage for that in a moment. However, what I would like to do is share a quick story, because as we've been having our calls that are with practitioners or for those calling on practitioners, we've talked about a couple different strategies, and we had one last week that worked like a charm. So let me share it. So we have a new member to Ollie Life. Her name is Jordan Gatlin, and she may be on this call or she may be watching the recording. So this was her idea. So Jordan joined, and she loves these practitioner calls, and she has a contact who's a chiropractor that's between where she lives and where I live here in Southwest Florida. And so she was sharing this story about how philosophy-wise we're all aligned. And so we came up with the idea that, well, how about this? Because I've been reaching out to practitioners independently, that's calling on them and so on. But what we did was I reached out to the practitioner. I used Jordan's name in that one of their practice members suggested that I reach out to them because philosophically we're all in alignment. And then I shared how I'm looking to collaborate with practitioners all across the region there, and was looking to see if I could stop by and meet with them. So I used ChatGPT. I had a longer email than that, but not too long. So that email went out on a Monday. I then was working with another physical therapist in the area, stopped by. He was using my P90 Plus. I picked that up. And then on the way back, I realized that practitioner that had reached out was on my way home. So I swung by the office, and I made sure that I looked online, make sure they were open. I swung by, I said, "Hey, my name's Doug Cundiff," and I sent an email before, but I was stopping by to see if there are any days and times during the week that the doctor sets aside to meet and learn and meet other folks that might want to collaborate. And she goes, "Oh, you sent an email? Yeah. Are you Doug?" "Yep." So I have a meeting with them this Thursday. So the strategy was, team member likes the idea of working with practitioners, had a contact, was comfortable in reaching out to the chiropractor on her behalf using her name. And the reason why we chose to do that is the chiropractor sees the patient as the patient, does not know that she's new to this, and therefore she didn't want to lead with something new. And so we did the email, stop by, visit, have a meeting, and the next time we get together, I'll let you know how the meeting went. So I just wanted to share that story because we look for different strategies to get through the front office to have a meeting, and that was one that worked like a champ. So wanted to share that. All right. The reason why we're all here today, though, is to listen to a terrific conversation that we're about to have. I had a preview of what this is, and I'm going to turn it over to Anna Feldman. Anna has been working with our guests, Anna Carson and Tanja Phoenix, and they're working on another event or coming up that I'll let Anna expand on it from there. But I want to turn it over to Anna Feldman to kick things off, set the stage, and then I know we'll have a good discussion that everyone's going to enjoy listening to and being part of today. So Anna, may I turn it over to you, please?
Sure. Thanks, Doug. And hi, everybody. Yeah, we have some very special guests today. And I'm excited to introduce them both. I'm wondering if we can do if we're going to be able to do a spotlight on them now that we've got them as co-hosts. But I just wanted to sort of say a couple of words about these ladies and the kinds of conversations we have. So as we're building our businesses, we're having a lot of fun. We're sharing these incredible products, and we're noticing amazing transformations in ourselves and also in the people that we're sharing it with. And it's a joy. It's been an amazing 10 months for me. And one of the greatest joys is collaborating with like-minded people in my team. And the two people that we're going to be bringing out today, one we've got on the screen, Anna Carson, and another one, Tanja, who we hear from. She's a great contributor in the community. Whenever we get together, and we've never actually got together, the three of us, on one call yet, but that was the plan. But whenever we get together, the conversations just go next level. And when things go next level, you know what that feels like, guys. You just want to share it with the world. And the first thing that came to my mind is I've got to get these two amazing women who are themselves practitioners, who work with clients, who work very deeply with our frequencies, with our technology. I want to go live stream with them and let them share their brilliance, because I'm always in awe of the level of depth and awareness that they bring in an area that I'm really passionate about. So I don't know how the products have been going for all of you out there, but for me, it's been working on me on a far deeper level than just my physical body. And I can speak from my own experience. When I came into Ollie Life, I was feeling quite shattered, and I thought, okay, that's my nervous system. It's been a really hard few years and I really need this support on my nervous system. And I started noticing not only my sleep was getting better, but I was starting to respond to circumstances both globally but also in my own personal life are starting to respond differently. And I just thought, oh, that's just me being grounded. This is just my nervous system is healing and repairing. And that makes sense to me on that physical level. I'm a physical body. But as we all know, we are so much more than physical, right? We are consciousness, we are awareness, we are spirit as well. We have these other layers. And when I get together with these ladies, all I can say is they blow my mind in the awareness that they help me understand about what's happening for me. And all I wanted to do today, Doug, and when you asked me, do I know any practitioners, the first two people, the two amazing women that are on this line came to mind as, can we bring this level of conversation to the community? Is the community ready? And I know that everyone is ready to hear things on a deeper level. So my invitation to everybody is to expand yourself to the possibilities that you're going to hear today with both Anna and Tanja. I'm going to get both these ladies to explain their background, maybe their profession and their expertise to begin with, just to create context. And there's no better people to explain what you ladies do than yourselves. So would you say, Doug, if we just hand over to the ladies one by one to do a brief introduction, and then we can go into the deeper layers of the impact that these beautiful frequencies you're noticing are having on yourselves and also your clients, and the possibilities to the wider world, big wild world that's out there right now. So Anna, if I can get you to introduce yourself, where are you and what do you do?
Thank you, Anna. That's an amazing, amazing introduction. Hello, everyone.
Did it just freeze?
You just froze.
It's beautiful to meet you all. I'm in Australia, although obviously I'm not.
Okay. You were freezing up there, Anna. It's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, is it better now?
Yeah, it looks okay now. Yes, let's try.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I'm a kinesiologist. I studied kinesiology about 12 years ago, and I have been exploring the depths of consciousness, I guess you can.
What Anna, you know what you're going to do, Anna? Close your video. Just keep your microphone open so it'll take less bandwidth. So let's just
or maybe find a better spot, in the house
from that start.
Yeah, thank you, Anna. Thank you.
Yep. Okay.
Try it again now.
I'll try that. Is that better for a sound? Yeah, from a sound point of view.
It is.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. All right. I'll start from the top. Yes. I'm a kinesiologist. I studied kinesiology about 12 years ago. And I have been, I guess, exploring consciousness really from that point. Kinesiology is an incredible modality that really allows you to delve into the subconscious. and be able to understand and see the patterns that people hold. And these go your early childhood, prenatally, and then we can expand right out into past lives and all sorts of different realms and stuff. So I've used kinesiology as an incredible healing modality for the last 12 years, and I've also combined that with my own intuition and functional neurology as well. So I've grounded it as much as I expand out into my consciousness or into the consciousness. I've also grounded it by doing functional neurology, which is working very much with the nervous system, primitive reflexes, understanding how the body and how the nervous system responds. A lot of my clients have a trauma background, and so really being able to ground that into the nervous system and understand the impact that it's had at that nervous system level, but also seeing the pattern from that soul level. So it's really kind of combining the two, so that it's allowing, I guess, it's allowing that full soul expression to come through in the body and to be held in the physical body, because my belief is that, like Anna said, we're spiritual beings, but we're here to have a physical experience, and we're here to bring and embody that spirituality, that multidimensionality into our physical vessel, and be able to express it out into the world. So that's been my passion for the last 12 years. Obviously I then discovered the Oil Life and the P90, and that's really just opened up so much more. So I don't know if you want me to go into that now, or pass over to Tanja and just to talk more from her point of view, and then we can go into the impact of the P90.
Yep. Okay, we can do that. We can pop over to Tanja to do a brief intro, and then we can dive in a little bit more into the application of the Ollie Life products in your practice, the kinds of people that you see, and the impacts that you're noticing. So Doug, should we just switch over to Tanja to do a brief introduction, and then we'll switch into that topic? Okay, Tanja, go ahead. Oh, you're on mute. That's it. Can you unmute? Hang on, I'll ask to unmute. There you go. Oh, you unmuted and then muted again.
You were on it, Tanja. When you clicked on it, you were unmuted, and then you.
Yes.
Okay, now it's good. It's good.
Yeah, this is very interesting things happening here this morning with the computer. Now I can't see the screen. Where are you? Oh,
Yeah,
are you
it
there?
looks frozen. We can see you, but not see you moving.
I'm gonna go into my that is very strange. Is it locked?
We can hear you. We can hear you clearly,
You
but
hear me?
we can't see you moving. You're frozen on our side.
Yeah, why don't you proceed, and let's see if it unfreezes there. We can hear you just fine, and we get to see you.
So what you
Yes.
can,
That is very interesting that we have this issue this morning. I've never had that, and been having a bit of problem here staying on. And anyway, let's not go deeper into that. So
Yeah.
I'm Tanja, and I'm in Australia as well. I'm in Southeast Queensland. I live in an eco-village community, and I've been a body talk practitioner for around 21 years. So that is a deep energy medicine and consciousness modality. And I want to really bring it down, because we use that word consciousness so much. And what does it really mean? It's thrown around everywhere, but it's just to become more aware. So working with the innate intelligence of all of life. And the body talk system is based on the dynamic system theory, where everything affects everything else. So we are not alone here, we are part of the whole. And to become aware of that, most all of us have been or were in separation, where we thought we are alone, where this is like what's going on with the war, countries fighting each other, but we are one whole. And this is the beauty of frequencies, because the frequencies are connecting everything and helping us become aware of that we are not separate. So my study in body talk has been very comprehensive. When you learn body talk, also this is accessible to all of you. This is a master, Dr. John Weltheim. He brought this down into a system. He brought quantum physics down into a system that we can all learn, beginning with one module and 2 modules, 4 days, and then you learn that and you have to memorize it all, and you get this field opens where suddenly you tune into with your innate intelligence, and then you, over the immersion going into that field, you become whole and you drop into the wholeness. And it was such an intelligent way to teach this system, because you're not going to a university for 6 years studying all this other stuff around it as well, but it was always succinct teaching. I've done over 160 courses in it, which were like body talk, Chinese medicine for body talkers, structural integration for body talkers, body chemistry for body talkers. So we got taught from also all different teachers that he drew into the field, which is very much like what we are doing here. We are coming together, all different practitioners from all different ways of life, feeling these frequencies and then bringing it out and sharing it in our way with our background. So I've got a vast amount of training, and I've been helping people for over 20 years while also raising my children. So I've been always, the journey of body talk is also when you come to the advanced body talk, which is called Parama, which I studied in depth when my daughter came in, and she was a body talk baby. And she began treating plants, not treating, but working with plants and her dolls and people since she was a baby, basically, since she could walk. So I've been embodying that whole system deeply and living it. And that's what makes me, especially as a facilitator, I am the embodiment. I am also these frequencies. And I've been working deeply with people also in the shamanic realm, just helping them come into their body, helping them come into here onto earth, come into community. And yeah, deep trauma healing, deep embodiment of who we truly are. And yeah,
Beautiful.
oh, I'm back on.
Wow.
That's wonderful. I can see you again.
Oh, there you
I
are.
had,
Wow, you
I
just
had,
pop
I had,
pop your true embodiment came through at
yeah.
that moment.
And this is
Now we're
this
having a
is the
full body
working.
experience of you.
Yeah, this is a working of this work. This was my test to, can you do this without seeing you all? Because I'm much more in when I see you all, and I had to sit with this screen and talk. So
This is what
this
it's
is the
like
work.
talking to Tanja. This is what I get to experience every day when we
Oh,
get on a call. We go on these beautiful, rich, deep tangents that just feel like truth to me, and the real reason, the deeper purpose behind what we can achieve really together with these frequencies. And I love the way that you bring that language. And Tanja, you're not alone. There are other beautiful body talk therapists. Lauren is a body talk therapist as well. And and Virginia, you are also, have such beautiful gifts in this space that we're speaking into, and we're actually attracting more and more people that speak this language, and we're opening these conversations up that I think are so necessary. So thank you for bringing all of that beautiful, rich language to it that we feel. We're going to switch back to Anna. Thank you for coming back on camera, Anna. It's looking nice and stable now. To switch into the kind of people that you see day to day that come into your clinic, and what you've started, because you and I talk case studies and the experiences that you're having with your clients and with yourself. Can you speak a little bit into that for us, please?
Yeah, sure. How's my audio now? Is that
It's still choppy. Yeah, it's still choppy.
no, okay.
Yeah, we can just start to hear it chop up a little bit. Yeah, we might be
I'll
safer.
switch. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'll stick. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, no problem.
Go for it.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of my, is that better now? Okay,
Yep.
great. So yeah, a lot of my clients are practitioners themselves, or women, I generally see women who are moving into that deeper expression of themselves. So often in a transitionary period, you know, who are really feeling that call to live, I guess, a more authentic life. Who have, maybe are changing into careers or having big life changes. So a lot of my work is around supporting people in that space. And one of them, I guess, for me, the minute I found the P90, the first thing that I experienced, literally as I drove away from the machine, was my cells unlocking. Like, that's what I could literally feel, was all my cells unlocking, and that it was giving me access to things, not only at the physical, so I could feel that I could access nutrients and stuff more that I hadn't been able to access, but it was unlocking all sorts of other things at all of these different levels. And I actually had to do a session for myself after my first session on the P90 because of that immediate kind of realization of the potential that it was opening up. And so I really had to clear out just some few belief systems and stuff that was being triggered by those energies. And this is what I'm finding, is that when we incorporate the P90 and these frequencies, that it is opening up into that potential, and really bringing things to the surface that we, I guess at the emotional level. So there's emotional stuff, and this is what I'm seeing. There's these different layers. We all know about the physical benefits of it. Everybody is experiencing them, but then we have these deeper layers. We have the emotional layers, which are the fears and the all of that side of things that start to come up, and that can be where the trauma and all of those sorts of things start to to come to heal. When we bring things to the surface, it's because we're ready to heal them. And then we go into the belief system, so we go into more of the mental field where we're looking at belief systems, and those sorts of things start to come up. And then even deeper still, we go into the more spiritual realm, where we're looking at that deeper expression, that full potential, and how we bring that forward. And what I'm finding with the P90 when I'm working with it with myself and I'm working with clients is that these layers can come up so much more freely and easily, and that we're actually really able to just identify them and move them through so much quicker than I was able to before I used the machine. And so I often get clients to sit on the P90 before a session, so it calms the nervous system. It opens everything up, and then when I'm working, the information is just flowing. It's quite incredible just how quickly the information comes in. How quickly those defense patterns are there, just like yep and gone, yep and gone. It's really quite like for me it feels like music. Like when I'm working with someone, it's literally there we go, and through it goes. And it's such a beautiful experience, because often when I was working with people before, you'd have to do some really gentle work to go through the nervous system layers, to calm the nervous system down, and then get through those defense patterns. So this is a healing at a quicker level.
Anna, thank you so much. It's starting to get a little bit choppy on the sound as well, but I'm loving the conversation and the tool that really helps us to access deeper parts of ourselves, and the how you're bringing that into your clinic. I'd love to just while you sort out the sound there, maybe change the location maybe. Tanja, if we can switch over to you, my love, to talk a little bit about how you apply the P90, the frequencies that you're bringing into your clients, and also speak into what do you sense is happening with clients that you're working with on that conscious awareness level? What is going on here? Because we're seeing people experience such amazing and also very quick shifts that, you know, people that have been in therapy for decades, and not to suggest not to do the work, that the deeper work there, but these frequencies seem to be quickening the process of emotional healing and wellness. What's your take on that?
Yeah, as you can see on my name, that came to me in a vision quest, Phoenix, many, many years ago. And in the last 2 years, I added aqua because I started rebirthing with water. And I'm really a rebirth guide, and rebirthing means the full reset. And I have allowed my whole clinic to actually completely shift, and I have just opened the frequency sanctuary here. So my clinic is now completely different, and I have been I've been also especially working with men and over the last years, and I had a few clients. One came for several days up from another town, from Sydney. He drove up here, and I worked with him for 3 days with the frequency machines, with nature, and just being here in the field. And my sessions now, I don't have to touch anymore, say much, but it's just conversation and it all runs. And the frequency devices there, he was sitting there putting his feet on the machine and it just opened. He began opening up. That didn't require much. And then he was open to receive from the whole field. And often that meant also sitting on the machine and then going into nature. And while that we talked, and he shifted the whole time, or we had to lie down and download and just sleep. So absolute guidance by the frequencies and by this innate wisdom of both of us, which is now the ultimate of body talk, actually. These frequencies have helped me take body talk also to the next level, because body talk means that all in our body communicates with everything else. That means we go outside, we are open, we can absorb all the nutrients we need instead of taking supplements and supplements. Now that is the ultimate of living. So I'm also attracting here in my community now people, and the new sessions are just unfolding. People coming in, experiencing all the different devices I have, and then they walk out and they are shifted, which used to take longer because their body, the nervous system is helped. They feel safe. They come right in. It's like a scaffolding falling away instantly. They put the goggles on and then the perception changes. The goggles are like so important because it wipes not just, it works on the inner perception as well as on the eyesight. And shifting perception is so important to shift our awareness and our consciousness. So I'm having a complete shift of my center and really inviting also the people in, yeah, short and then buy your own, because you're not meant to be dependent on me. Buy your own. And then we work as a team together, and then we step all into our bigger mission. That's what I'm inviting them into now, of making the world a better place. I don't want to be a facilitator, and I've never stayed there where I'm working with people all day long, 20, 30 people, but rather a few deep. And then here is your fishing rod, here's your own device, and then we work on a higher level together. So I don't feel I have to do so much work for them anymore. And many of us have been doing that. They have their own device, they can clear themselves, they can become conscious very quickly, and then we go into our humanitarian mission together.
Wow. I mean, there's about 75 people on the call right now, and I can start to see some love hearts coming through. I'd love to just, speak to everybody here for a moment and just ask, is this resonating with you? Is there parts of this conversation? Just send a love heart through if you're starting to experience it yourself, and now there's finally some language to it. Like the goggles are not just goggles, like there's more stuff that's opening up. Yeah, okay. So there's some, you can see yourselves, there's definitely people that are, feeling something bigger coming through that's opening up. One of my questions for either of you ladies is, I've recently had some people show some resistance around the fact that it's technology, that it's an electronic device, and people who are moving more into that holistic realm of, getting away from, the electronics and the technology. They have questions around, well, how can this be good? How can this be part of our evolving story when we've got to plug it in and put our feet on? Both of you would probably have some words to say about how to approach that conversation with holistically minded people. What would be your thoughts there?
Yeah, that comes very often, and it's like we also drive a car, we use a mobile phone and so on, and we are in the age of Aquarius, and this technology, I also tell people we might not need it forever, but right now, while we are shifting our bodies into embodying the light that we are, and everybody, that's quite common knowledge now, lots of solar flares, the energies are higher, the density is lighter. We are, this is again the rebirthing. We are having to shift our bodies. Many are dying, like leaving their physical body, having to come back. Yeah, or maybe not, but some can't make it because the physical symptoms are so strong. And these devices help us. They're called ascension symptoms, but to bring it more into a lay term, they are symptoms of, we've been living also quite, we are getting quite toxified, and we've been living, yeah, for all these years, not in an optimal way often. Didn't have the right water, didn't have the right food. So we need to do some repair work. And these machines are helping us. And it's the Earth frequency that has been so put into these machines and the light of life amplified that are supporting this process.
Wow,
Yeah.
thank you so much. And I'm laughing to myself because we've been putting a lot of energy into disclaimers and like being, aware of the language that we put out there as far as, what we can and can't say about the technology. And we don't use words like heal, and, we don't use words like, we're kind of, this is a solution to, an illness or disease. What's the word? A specific condition. Ash is giving me some words there in the background. But my question is, as we bring this language to the community here and we start to recognize there is more going on than increasing circulation and, detoxification pathways opening up, and, we're being really mindful about what the power of PEMF and terahertz is and what we can say. Anna, what would be some of the language that you bring in that helps to really ground this, but also honor that there are there are more layers to what is opening up for all of us, because we are frequency.
Yeah, now hopefully, is that a bit better now I've moved?
It is. It's great.
Excellent. Okay, perfect. Yeah, I mean, I think just like Tanja said, it's about embodiment. And that is really what I'm sensing with these machines. It's helping us to embody these energies so much easier because it's opening everything up and allowing us to hold this as the nervous. Again, it's all of these layers all together, and this is what I love about it, is that it's not like we just work at one and then we go to the other, we're working at them simultaneously, so we have to work at the nervous system level, we have to detoxify at the physical level, but then we're detoxifying at each other level at the same time, and so it's this multifaceted, multi-layered experience experience that we can then bring forward and really embody, because that's what we, as you said, that's what we're here to do. And these machines, just as Tanja said, we need that supercharge, because we have lived so disconnected, because we have lived so, in such a toxic world, and we are constantly being bombarded with toxins again at all of these different levels. We are needing these supercharged, I guess, especially with the terahertz, and that's what I feel that the terahertz brings, is that supercharge that helps to really get into the cells at a much deeper and quicker level. It's that it's the clarity of the clear crystal. It helps to get in, and then out from there, like say, letting all of the limitations go, so that then the light, our true sense, our true essence, can start to be embodied and then start to be shown into the world. So that's how I talk about it, and how I experience it as well. That there's these layers in and these layers out. And these processes are happening simultaneously. And understanding that this is it's detoxification at each level, because that's what we need to do, and that we need to support ourselves in those levels. Just as we detoxify, if we need at the physical, we might need a binder, just to help the body to do it, because we're supercharging that process. We need to do the same at all of those other levels as well, support ourselves at all of those other levels too. And that's so
see, Doug, we can go on for hours on this tangent. It's such a it's such a beautiful, amazing conversation. And just to say that so many people that are in our community are here as part of this journey of uplifting humanity. Like, we all sense that we're here to raise the frequency of humanity, and I think a lot of us have joined this movement because this is a powerful tool where we can play our part in supporting this quickening, this elevation, this healing process. And so, really, really grateful that, we have more language that helps us go, this is part of the story of why I feel so called to share this technology. Maybe you're not a therapist, maybe you're not a practitioner out there listening. I'm not, but using these tools makes me feel like I can be a part of that journey. And would you say that when is it important to get the support of a practitioner? Say you are working with these frequencies and energy is moving and healing is happening, but that can also be like an interesting emotional journey. Any advice, any tips on how at home we can integrate the shifts that we're experiencing, the detoxing of, not just the physical, but also the other energies? Any advice for us who have been using these products, sometimes just for a couple of days, right through to weeks and months?
Yeah. And personally, I'd say use all of the tools, as in, whether it's journaling, because you will find that there'll be triggers coming up, there'll be your physical symptoms. So I always say, if you're experiencing a physical symptom, so when I started to use the P90, I got a bit of a rash around my eye, I got a bit of a rash around my armpit, which was, yes, there's a physical detox happening, but again, every physical symptom that we're experiencing has an emotional and energetic level to it. And so it's just like, okay, if you're ready to delve into that, start to explore that, with your eyes. So for me, what perspective do I need to change? What am I not seeing? Where's the limitation in what I'm seeing? And start to just ask those questions of yourself. It's really and journaling and exploring, and obviously reaching out to your support network, whoever your support network is from a practitioner point of view. But it's it's opening up that you're, just because you're experiencing a physical sensation or a symptom, or that there's a trigger coming up, you take those as healing opportunities. You know, that's how I always see it. This is an opportunity for me to grow and to expand. And you go, and why? Do you know, like, I've got a very curious mind, which is how I've always, I've delved deeper and deeper and deeper into things, because it's never like, oh, okay, that's why. Yeah, but why is that happening? And why is that happening? Do you know? So if we can open our minds up and really be curious and go, okay, well, why is that happening? And okay, so what's that trigger? And where might that be coming from? Do you know?
Yeah.
So that it's not just taking things at a surface level. And as we do that, and we're opening up to our own consciousness and our own way of seeing things. Exactly. Do you know? It's really, we have it within ourselves if we have that curiosity and that willingness to go deeper. So always reach out to your support network as well. Like, I've had to reach out to mine, you know, like, I haven't been able to do this by myself. And I think that's really important. But as well, just be curious and explore.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you so much. And Tanja, did you want to add anything to that?
I feel what is really important is that our body is also connected. So when I am initiating people, I call them initiation sessions, or when I have my team members, yesterday I had my two come and we have activation sessions, and I focus on their body being connected, because it's like a house. If we don't have the wires connected, the energy can't run properly through it. So as practitioners, we can help them. That's why chiropractors love working with it. But the body also needs to be conductive and flowing. So with everybody having different modalities, sometimes it's important to have a practitioner guide that. And I feel when I work so deeply with these, from all my background, they can go with me. If they do a weekend with me, they will be on a very different level than if they were alone. And then if they have the machine and we can work remotely with the machines, it's next level. But so that's a bit of the surrender with the quantum medicine as well, you know, to get that activation. And I'm offering also like leadership retreats. I have got 2 bedrooms here. I'm in an eco-village, totally dropping into nature. So I'm also inviting any of you, if you want to come for a one-on-one leadership retreat, to go deeply into that, to Australia. That space is here and we can talk about that.
We want to see everyone come to Australia to one of these retreats. It sounds divine. And I just want to sort of wrap up before handing over to you, Doug, just to say, first of all, this is an amazing conversation, ladies. And everyone's unique on this journey. I feel like these practitioners' calls just continue to open up different aspects of our own healing journey. We can't help to listen to the amazing speakers that come on and where do we fit into that story. And I think my dearest hope is that ultimately we all feel like we're part of this story of growth and expansion and unfolding. We're all on a journey. You know that where you are on your journey, or maybe you don't, but you're here right now. And I think the fact that you're here now with us in this community speaks volume to the human that you are, and I love the conversations that we keep bringing, and this one here is really just an invitation to continue to take that self-care, to acknowledge that there are different parts of you that are healing, that are integrating, that are expanding, and we're doing all of those 3 things at different times. Sometimes it's all at once and it can feel overwhelming, but wherever you are in healing, integrating or expanding, just to know that there is support out there for you. You're not going crazy. You know, we're all emotional, multidimensional beings, and we're all very welcome, I feel, in this community. And I love the conversation that we brought today to really just bring more depth to the journey that we're on with these beautiful frequencies, because they're more than just home like electronic wellness devices. As we've discovered in this conversation, there's so much beautiful things happening. And Doug, is there any there's just so many places we could go with this conversation, and I'm noticing the time. What would you like? Where would you like to take it?
First of all, Anna and Tanja, before you log out, please go read the chat so that you can see the responses that are coming in, because it'll be fulfilling and rewarding for you. Trust me. First of all, I do want to thank Anna Feldman. When I did reach out, hey, I know you know some practitioners. Who do you? She goes, I have the perfect situation. So, Anna Feldman, you delivered. But Anna and Tanja, you knocked it out of the park. Thank you so much for sharing. Keywords like empowerment and rebirth and initiate. I love that. This is not in my wheelhouse. I'm very open to receiving. And so this was a call that I also got to learn a lot. And so thank you for that. I do have, Tanja, you answered one of the questions I had, and that was positioning it for the patients or your practice members, however you refer to them, to get one for themselves. Just because we also do talk about models of, okay, how do we also help grow the business side of things, not just help with the core reasons on why you have your clinic, why you have your practice. How do you have your patients register themselves? Can you just each of you talk briefly about when you do lead them towards getting a system for themselves, what does that conversation look like, and what do they do versus what do you do to help them get that? Can you just, and I'm being sensitive to time, just maybe a couple minutes from each of you, that'd be great. Tanja, you want to go first? I saw you getting ready to talk there, so I'll let you go.
Yes. I'm unmuted.
Yes, you're good.
When they have the experience, I also always share these are made for home use. Like, imagine using them a few times a day. It's a totally different level to have them in your own home. The price point is good there. So I have that. My view is also you are coming to get one yourself, because I've been shifting my whole clinic around to not be here offering body talk sessions every day and this, but I am here to attract the leaders that want to have these machines. That's my focus now, my antenna. I would like the people to come because we need to spread in this far and wide. So a lot of people come into the peace and harmony, because we are affecting. I have become a field stabilizer. Yeah, a leader in that. So when we work with these frequency machines, wherever we go, we will be the new frequency that harmonizes the grid, that's the earth field. And wherever we go, we are harmonizing other people. So the more others have that as well, the more everything harmonizes. So that is now the overall intention. They come in, they can have 2 experiences. Most of them, I would like them already to pay for it, but most of them they just turn out to be freely gifted, and I don't care. I'm shifting all the money system around as well. However, it flows organically, and then they order through me, and we then do the team activation. They come in, and I very motivatedly speak with them. Come on the team. We have this mission to do. So that's what I'm
Fantastic.
radiating out, and that's what my focus is.
So I appreciate your openness in sharing that. That's fantastic, because if I can repeat back to you what I believe I heard is you are open to the idea that by sharing this in the way you position it, it's okay if they come to you less frequently, as long as they get to benefit from it more, and then they help spread the word. That fits what your vision is, your mission is. And that's good for you, because when you do speak to other practitioners, some just want to have it in their clinic as another offering, but they're fearful on it taken away from repeat visits, repeat business. And so there's a way you position it that's important, and that might be okay for some, or it might not replace your foundational or core service. It's a complement to it. But in your case, it's a way to help them. Empowerment was a word you used earlier. You're enabling them to take control and run with it and then share it themselves with others. Is that fair?
Yes, and this is true for a lot of us practitioners. We need to let go of our ego. What does the world actually need? And I have shifted out of, I'm seeing like, I can't have people to be my business. My business has to be their well-being and that they don't need to come anymore. And we are still deeply connected when we all own the machines. We are connected in a much more powerful way. But there has
Fantastic.
to be, and this is like what we said before, we have to move through some layers of beliefs. How is my clinic going to shift if I don't need them to come back 2 times a week or once a week? And
That's
letting
right.
that
Yeah.
go. And then there's space for more because there are more and more people.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
That's,
that's
yeah.
my
Even if
vision.
it's that initial session that they get. Anna, Carson, you have anything to add to that? A similar a philosophy, a little bit different?
Yeah, I probably a little bit different. I love what Tanja has
Mm-hmm.
shared, and I think that's it's really powerful. And I guess I have different price points that people come in at, but obviously it's always leading to that consistency for themselves. So yeah, because I run my own business, so I have my kinesiology business, and then I also run a health hub, which is all about accessible health care. So I'm kind of coming at it at two different angles. So within the hub, it's very much about enabling that to be accessible to everybody, because I think holistic health you can be quite an expensive option, and so I really want to offer it and have it available for people who don't have those funds. So I definitely have that price point, but then with my own business, then it's understanding, like you say, that consistency and that empowerment piece, and that they can then do these things for themselves, and that ties in with the sessions that we do. So I guess I'm kind of playing both
There's all
both
kinds of
roles.
options.
Yeah, because I've got the two businesses and both of them are serving at different points. So there's a number of kind of access points for people, and some of them will stay within that because that's the model that the Health Hub runs at. But then within my own business, obviously, it's then much more for for that consistency and empowerment. So yeah, kind of broaching it both.
Anna, thank you so much. Tanja, thank you. Anna Feldman, any closing remarks? Thank you so much for enabling this group to get together. I'm thrilled with the session today.
My pleasure.
It was your
Amazing,
idea. How
amazing.
about you close things up for
My
us?
idea was I was going to grab these ladies, we're going to get on a Zoom, we were going to live stream onto our pages and get this message out to the world. So this is the warm up, because I do feel like this is a conversation that we get to make visible simply because it's our truth. And I think when you've got to make these products and this business and the technology truthful for you, and when you start becoming aware of benefits and healing and expansion that is true for you and embodied for you, you want to take that out to the world and lead from that place of authenticity. I think when I speak with these ladies, we just meet each other at that level and just know that this is the conversation we want to bring to the world. And then, that's authentic. So I'm really grateful for you both. This is our warm up. I feel like it really landed. We were wondering how was it going to land with the community, because we're not about freaking anyone out. This isn't about woo-woo. This isn't about alienating anyone from your beliefs. This is about inclusivity and wholeness, recognizing the truth that we know that we're more than just our flesh and blood, our physical body, and we know frequency is energy. And so bringing more dimension helps us to understand ourselves better. And I'm just grateful for the time that we give these conversations and for these amazing ladies and the success that they're having in their businesses, attracting other like-minded people, because we really are the pioneers with what we're creating right now. Like the big let's say mass adoption of not only the technology but the ideas that we're bringing through. we're moving into that age, and I believe that we're all part of that story and ushering in that in a really beautiful, elegant, sophisticated way with a lot of care, a lot of love. And these ladies, the integrity that they bring to that conversation is next level. So I just want to thank you both from the bottom of my heart for being here so early and helping to bring this at the level that you do. So yeah, I'm just so grateful and honored to work with you both. And I think Luigi, if you wanted to come in and wrap us up in a big fat bow.
I don't want to change nothing here. I even left my camera off the whole meeting because I don't want to show my face just for today. And by the way, no, it's not a good thing to use everything at the same time. All right. So let me rephrase.
But you got a nice haircut for us. That you did that.
But hey, how about if everyone opens up their camera so that these two beautiful ladies can feel that we appreciated their call. All right, let's come on, everyone. Bring on your cameras.
I love that.
Unless like Doug said, you're in a delicate position that you're naked. Please don't there. But unless, please come on.
I did.
Anna said that. All right. Well, Anna said that. All right.
Well, we can all remove our spotlight and everyone else can come on.
I was trying to be politically correct here. Sorry.
That's hilarious. I love it. All right.
Thank you for
a
great call.
Can everyone unmute?
Oh, no. Let me give everyone the option to unmute themselves. Sorry. Wait a second here. My mistake. My mistake.
May I just show one minute technique that we can all do together when you say goodbye, when we are on the camera, that everybody can use to, as practitioners, it's called tapping the cortices. And as body talk practitioners, we teach that to everybody. It's very powerful. People have woken up out of comas with that. And
Let's do it.
I'd love to show that to you and we can do it together. So put your hand on the back of your head. And all we do is tapping the head, the heart, and the gut, and breathing in and out.
All right, everyone, your mics are unmuted there. So if everyone wants to say hi to anyone, go ahead. It's all yours.
And then we'll walk one hand position up. We're going to just walk the whole brain up with our hand. So again, breathing in, breathing out, walk the hand up. We cover the whole head brain and always tapping head and belly, connecting all three brains. It's just 5 hand positions. You should be on the top of your head now. Moving up the hand, see on top of the head. We are just covering the whole head and breathing in and out. Beautiful together. And then the front. That's very quick. And
thank
the
you,
sides.
Tanja.
Both hemispheres.
You got everyone to do it.
Finish with the sides. Finish with the sides. Both
That's
hands
what
on
it's
the
all
sides.
about.
Important. Yeah.
One last thing.
And you can do that with yourself and do it with clients before sessions. You can get in touch with me if you want to do that again. But thank you so much for having us. It's beautiful.
Thank you, Tanja. What a beautiful close. Thank you so much. I don't know if everyone can unmute themselves, but there's a lot of love and gratitude in the room for you ladies. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Beautiful meeting. Thank you.
God bless you all.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Bye.